The Supreme Court has agreed to take up a major Second Amendment case that could reshape how the United States defines responsible gun ownership, this time over whether drug users should be banned from owning firearms. At the center of the case is a Texas man named Ali Daniel Hamani, who was charged under Title 18 U.S.C. Section 922 G3. Stay with me now. It's a federal law that makes it illegal for anyone who is an unlawful user of or addicted to any controlled substance to possess a gun. Agents reportedly found drugs and a firearm in his home. Earlier this year, though, the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals struck that law down as applied to Hamani, saying there's no clear historical basis for disarming someone just because they've used drugs, especially if they weren't high or violent at the time. Now, the Justice Department under Donald Trump's administration is asking the Supreme Court to reverse that decision. The justices agreed, granting certiorari on October 20th, 2025. This law, Section 922 G3, has long been used to stop people who use illegal drugs, including marijuana, from buying or owning guns. But as more states legalize cannabis, that definition of unlawful user has become increasingly murky. Even medical marijuana patients, legal under state law, are still banned under federal law. Supporters of this restriction say that it's about public safety, arguing that habitual drug users are more likely to act recklessly with firearms, much like historic bans on habitual drunkards. But critics, including gun rights groups and civil liberties advocates, warn that this kind of logic could open a rabbit hole. If marijuana disqualifies you from owning a gun, what about alcohol? That's legal, but linked to far more violence and impaired judgment. The Constitution doesn't distinguish between the two, and expanding that logic could threaten gun rights for anyone who drinks or has any kind of substance use history of any kind. The case will also test the Supreme Court's 2022 Bruin ruling, which said any gun restriction must align with America's historical tradition of firearm regulation. If the court sides with Hamani, it could massively expand Second Amendment protections and upend decades of gun control laws. If it sides with the government, it'll signal that the court is willing to draw a line, one that could define who counts as fit to bear arms in modern America. Either way, this ruling could have far-reaching consequences for everyone and anyone from casual drinkers to medical marijuana users, and it's a case that could change how the law measures personal freedom versus personal responsibility.